So in last class, we have completed the basic like intents we completed, right? So now we have to see that next step. So that so as of now, whatever we did, that will be very basic level. So now we are entering into that one of the advanced level. So here this is the main and important aspect to understand how we can go like advanced level means the dynamic apps. As of now, just we created a static, whatever the using the data, where the all the data we are giving manually and we are doing like that. But now we have to do the next step, so that is advanced level. So that we have to do means from this we have to communicate to the server. So for that, first I'll create one project. So later we will discuss in detail what is that, how we have to do that. That we will discuss. So with MTV's activity, I'm creating one. This is I'm creating that name as the my project. So in this we will incorporate the multiple things. That's the reason I created as this is my project. Right. So now I have to do the next step. So for that, just I look. First of all, whatever the concept we are going to discuss, that we will call as a web services. So web services, what this web services will do. So by using the web services, we can communicate to the server. So whatever the data has there in a server, either you have to access that data here, or from my mobile, whatever the data we collect, so that data we will send to the server. So for this, I'll explain you very simple example. So like let us say now we are in Hyderabad. So here I have one bangle store. So I have here one bangle store. So as of now, what I'm doing, I'm buying locally in Hyderabad somewhere locally, like Hyderabad itself, locally somewhere. I'm buying the bangles. So Hyderabad itself, and I'm getting with 10% of profit. With 10% of profit, I'm selling this. But I got information. So I got information instead of Hyderabad, if I can buy these products from the other some XYZ location, let us say Delhi. If I buy these products from Delhi, I get 50% of profit. So it is very interesting, right? So then how can I do this? So just forget about the online purchase. Except online purchase, either I may travel here to there, right? I may travel by train, by bus, by vehicle, by walk, by plane. Like many options are available, right? To travel here from here to there. So, but I traveled anyhow. I traveled maybe by train or flight something. I traveled there. Now I'm in Delhi. Now I got actual issue. One actual issue. What is that? So, as a Hyderabadi person, right? As a Hyderabadi person, I know only Telugu. As a Delhi person, you know only Hindi. Then, how can I purchase the products from there? So that is the main issue. It is happened there. So for that now, so I know that issue will came. So that's the reason while I'm traveling, like I took my along with you along with me, you means I asked you to please come there. So like means why you asked, you are the translator, you know Telugu as well as the Hindi. So what happened here now, whatever I required that products, I'm explaining that in Telugu to you, and you explain to him in that shop owner, you explain to him in Hindi. So the my transaction is done, like that shop owner order to shop by go and pack all the from the godown, because that much of huge stock is not available in the shop. So he said that you can buy from the godown, but pack from the godown. Like I paid, my transaction has come, will came back. So that is done. Now this same thing we will discuss with our terminology. So here, like what happens now? Say for example, we are writing code in Kotlin. So we are sending the data to the backend application in a Kotlin. So that backend, maybe the database, it cannot understand the language. Maybe that will be done on PHP or .NET or Python, like some of the language which is written in the backend side. So that cannot understand our Kotlin language. So that is the reason what we will do is here we will use the concept called API. So the API is nothing but the web service. So we are sending the data in the form of API, that is a web service format. Means I'll collect the data from the Kotlin, I'll convert that into API format, then I'll send. So once the data is received from the backend side, so that either maybe Python, PHP, .NET, that people will convert your request into their understandable language from the API to Python, and they'll go and check in a database. So the Godan is nothing but a database. So the database, either they will install, means either they will insert the data, or they will get the data from the database side. So this is the happen. So this API web service. So that web service and API is the universal code for every developer. Means if you are an Android developer, if you are a Python developer, if you are a .NET developer, everyone can analyze this and understand this data. So that's the reason everyone will do this. So that is the main concept here of this backend. Like it will happen. This is the process. It happens here. This. So that is main and important mode of this. But here API, so there are many types of APIs will be available, that like that RESTful, soap, dom, sats. So html, like this there are many, like HTML parsing, like this the many types of web services are available. But currently the people are using only that service, RESTful services. Everyone are using the RESTful services. So like this one more here is this XML parsing also here, but everyone are using that RESTful services. So again, in this RESTful services there are subtypes like post, get, delete, update. So these all are the subcategories from the RESTful. Not only RESTful, if you take any of the service from the above, so this will happen here. This okay. But now what happens? So for us, like as a means, these all are the different types. So again, in this one more, the data which we are sending the format in the form of JSON. So we are sending the data in the form of JSON object. So JSON in the form of JSON. So JSON means nothing but it is a JavaScript object notation. So JavaScript object notation. So we are sending the data in the form of this. But JSON can read only two types of data. One is the object, other is the array. So only two types of data. Either we can send or receive only these two type of data. So how to declare this object and array? So this is the declaration of the object. Object we will define like key comma value key. So keys always should be string format. Value could be anything. So here the value. So key comma values, like this we will define. So this is the key comma value pairs we will define. Like in case second value is there, comma key 1 colon value 1, like this we will define this. Like this we will define the data is this. In case if it is the array format, so in case if it is array format, now here we will send this is the array. So that is the one object, this is the two object. Like this we can close the array, end of this, like this. So means either we have to receive or send the data only in a two formats. Either it should be in object or it should be this. But this is okay. But why the JSON? Why not other JSON? So first of all, like there are few reasons. JSON is like it is independent, simple, lightweight, simple, lightweight, and we can define own tags. User can define his own tags. Like these all are the benefits. Because of these reasons, we are using this. Okay, this will be okay, but our case, like who will provide the website means as an Android developer, as a mobile application developer, or as a front end developer means whatever the APIs we are using, those APIs we will use in a multiple places, but those are the APIs cannot be created by us. Only as a front end developers we can reuse those APIs, means whatever the APIs written by the backend team means every project. Like if I take this project, I'm working on a one shopping cart application. So there is a shopping cart application which is available in Android, iOS, and web. So and the backend, that the database and the API developer will be there. Backend side, the API developer. So the API developer will write the APIs, and he will create the APIs, and he will give the APIs in the form of, maybe there are three different. One is the Swagger. Swagger will be tightly coupled to the project. Mostly Swagger will use that, the .NET people will use the Swagger. And apart from this Swagger, like next step should be here, like this is the Postman. So Postman and on the document format, so they will give any one of these formats. So the normally the Swagger cannot be done here, because Swagger should be tightly coupled to the project. The Postman we can log in and we can get anywhere in this. So like Postman, if you want to see the Postman here now, from here this it is available here. So that is the Postman. So you can download Postman to your system. So sign up and download, or you can log in here. So we can download into your system and directly can use system, or you can use directly here. So now I'm logging into here, this here. So once I have added with my Gmail ID, so always it should be available with that. Once I saved the data into that, it will be available always. Just I'm logging into this Postman. See in this Postman, now this is my collection here. Now I have here. So this is I created for the class. Yeah, this is login registration using raw data. So first of all, I have to register one user by using this API. So this is the URL. So this is the URL. Normally, if in case if we given that, how they will give in a document, I'll show you this. So here, login API. So the base URL. So base URL means this URL will be common for the entire request, so that we will treat it as a base URL. So till test it is a base URL. Then next we are using the login. So the login API. So in this the URL will be equal to, so that is a base plus so this means the base URL plus this is the URL here. Now the request, what is the request here? So the request could be here now. So this is the type post. See here, this is the type post here. See, I told get post put, these all are here. So now this is the type. Here we will write this type. So that is a post, right? Type is the post. Then request. So request here we are getting in a body. So here you can see here in this Postman, here we are getting the data here, because this is the raw data. In this again there are multiple scenarios will be there. So this is the raw data in a body. So you can select here post, and you can select here the body. So here we have the raw data. So here now I pasted that raw data here. This. So this is the request. So from this request now, why what happened here? Yeah, so this is the request here now. From the request, so what kind of response we will get here? Response. So responses we will get two types. One is the success, other is the failure. Now whatever this is there, while you are submitting here, internet should be present here. So I'm clicking on this. So this is the one failure request. Failure response means this is the failed, so means failed case. So failed. So like this. And next success case, if in case if you can give success means here we require the unique email id. So that's why just I'm changing this, means just this api I created for the class purpose. That's why it is, this does not have any check proper checkings. So this is the success case. So here I'm writing the success case like this. So means this is the request and response that we are getting from here, that's right. So like this, they will put all the APIs in one document and they will share, or you can add that backend developer can add in the Postman. So same mail ID you can log in here, and you will get all the data in the Postman. So from there you can check and you can go this. This is the way it will happen here. This, but to implement this here now. So in a web services, what concept we will use in our Android? So there are two types of libraries we can use. One is the retrofit. One is the retrofit. Other is the volley. So retrofit, 70% of people will use the retrofit. So 70% of the people will use retrofit, and the remaining 20% of the people will use the 20 to 30%. They will use that volley. So, but here in a class, we can discuss both. First, we'll concentrate on retrofit, then we can go and we can discuss about this. But here now, if you comes to this, now they will given like this. Now, I have to do this registration form. So, to create a registration form, what are the fields required here? Username, password, and email. So, three fields are required here, right? So, in the application now, we created this. Now, I have to create the three fields. Like for that, now here I'm creating here. So first I'll start with the data binding, right? The data binding will be created here. So this main, I'll take this main as a linear layout, or I'll take this as a relative layout. So relative layout, I have taken this as a relative layout. So, but in this relative layout, I need this exactly the center of the page. So linear layout, match parent, wrap content, orientation, vertical. So this I'll close after this, right? So this here I'll put this as a registration. So register here something I'll write, register here something I'll write this, and this I want to put the center of the page. So that is the, so first we'll give that all the text properties, text style, italic, text all caps, true. So text size 20 sp. So the next, gravity, center, right? I given like this, right? Then some margin 10 dp. But this I want exactly the center. So for this now, as of now we did very basic thing, but here now I want to apply some changes like as per the material concept. So material design. So Google has introduced the material design. This is not only this, means to make an attractive UI, we are using the material concepts. What are there, I'll show you. But on that material design, first I'm using one concept called card view. So I'm using the card view. So means its background, some effect will come here. So that I'm using here map content, and so some margin 5 dp. I'll give some margin 5 dp. So this I want to give for this entire. So for that again I'm taking one more linear layout, that is a match parent wrap content. So the orientation has vertical. So right, these two I'll close after this. So after this I'll close this. So linear layout, card view. So I have given, see now some background effect has came here. So now this is the linear layout, right? This I want to be center. So central, so central horizontal true, so central vertical true. So both I have given the true. So now it came center, right? Now here I need three form fields like username, password, and email. But I don't want to use regular, I want to use material. So to use material here now, I'm coming to this. I'll share you this URL. So that is the material.io. So material.io, I'm using that material.io. Material.io. So material.io. So from here now I want to use that. So here you can search. So what I need edit text. So there are all the components are available. So I need text field. This is the text. So there are different kind of text fields which are available here. Now we can see here. So these kind of text fields which are available outline, and this is the fully supported. So these kind of designs are available. So from here now I want to get the text field. So where can I get the code here? The code will be available here. So spaces. So this UI is updated. Just a minute. We will get somewhere here. Guidelines. Accessibility. Previously it was there simple code here. Why it is not code available? So go to development. Android. Edit text. So text fields. This only it came. Why text fields? So somewhere here this mhm. Completely the UI is got updated. Just a minute. So this we will get from here. We will ask that for Android XML. Yeah. So this is the code we'll get here. Right now we will copy this and we'll come here. Now within this layout we have to paste here. So I created one. So that is here. Like we need total three, right? So two, three. So right, last one, this last one which is here, this is the password. So I'll use that reg underscore password. So the register password, right? So I'll give some margin 10 dp. So then hint. So where is that hint? So hint I'll change as a password. So int I change as a password here, right? Then I come to here. This is an email. So reg underscore email. So this one I'll change as a email, and here also I'll give some margin. So that margin is the 10 dp. Right. So then first one here I'll come to this. So this is the username, right? So that is reg underscore username. So I have created here. Now this I'll give here as the username. So we have to give this margin. So that is a 10 dp margin I have given here, right? Now this tree has created like this, right? Now I need a button. So here we can search in a material button. So button. So material buttons we have to search. So the components, so like there are different kinds of buttons will be available here. Now if it can go with button, so so like these are the different kind of buttons will be available. So but so here we'll ask material button. So in chat gpt we'll ask material button, it will give clearly instead of searching that. If you have patience you can search there, but better you can go material buttons. So it is giving that material button, so you can paste that material button. Right, so that we will give as a reg underscore submit. So submit. So yeah, so that is a register, right? So then here now register. So for that we'll change this as a match parent. So margin it is created like this. The UI will be seen now. The background will be created like this for this. So this is the way we will use the material components to design this UI. So but now this UI is ready. For this now we have to do that as I told the retrofit. So the retrofit, before the retrofit, just now we will add here that is data binding. So data binding enable equal to true. So data binding enable equal to true. So here now I created var binding colon. So that is activity main binding equal to null. Then here now binding equal to, so data binding util dot set content view. So here this, right. So the basic thing, like once we click on that submit the button, till that we code will write, then we can go and we can discuss about the this. So retrofit. So binding dot uh, submit dot set on click listener. So once we click on this, we have to submit, right? Where name. So I'm getting the name, right? That name equal to binding dot register username dot text. So this is the material component, right? So we have to write one extra line, that edit text dot text. So that we have convert into string. Also I'll do one extra thing here, trim. So in case if any spaces between the words, that can also, it can be removed, that also it can be removed here, right? So this is the email, this is the password. So I created three. So here now reg underscore password. So this is the reg underscore email. Like these three I have created here now. So the now the data is available here. From here now, this data we have to transfer to the retrofit. So to transfer to the retrofit, here now see here retrofit. If you search here the retrofit, the retrofit is the library, so where we can get other things. So this can be introduced by the square. So but here there are so this is the complete documentation is available. But here what we will do is, if I do this up, it will take half an hour to 20 to means 30 to 35 minutes of this complete process, which will be. So that better we can start in next class, so that we completely will discuss all the together in a single place. Now today just we had an introduction about this web services, and later that we created the material design. So then retrofit we will discuss in detail tomorrow, that we will create tomorrow, right?